Yo, the name is Slack. Thanks for coming back and welcome to my Necromage Vampire walkthrough. Alright. Calm down. I thought you hated vampires, Slack. I used to, not anymore. I'll explain more about that later. For now, let's keep this intro quick and painless and just cover a few basic questions. 1. Why become a vampire? When you become a vampire in Skyrim, you acquire a whole bunch of extra kick-ass powers and abilities, including Vampiric Drain, a destruction spell that absorbs health from the target. And to save time in this intro, I'll go into greater detail about all the other special vampire powers and abilities as they become available in the process of becoming a full-blown vampire in the walkthrough. Right? At that point, the game will begin listing all those effects for us in the active effects list, and then I'll go through them all one by one. I can say right now, one major advantage of becoming a vampire is it allows you to become a very powerful stealth assassin very early in the game. It's absolutely insane what you can pull off. One major disadvantage of becoming a vampire is you will suffer a huge decrease to your health, magicka, and stamina pools whenever you're exposed to the sun. Yeah, it's like a real vampire. On top of which, none of those will regenerate as they normally do. So for example, while being exposed to the sun, once you use up all your magicka bar just stays at 0 instead of regenerating as it normally does. Now there are several workarounds to all this. Don't worry, I have got you covered. More on that later. 2. What is a Necromage Vampire? A Necromage Vampire is a vampire that has the Necromage perk in the Restoration skill tree. The description of this perk is all spells are more effective against the undead. Now since a vampire is classified as undead, once you take on the Necromage perk as a vampire, many magical effects in the game, including other skill perks and effects gained from standing stones, gain a 25% bonus from the Necromage perk. This creates some considerable advantages, not the least of which is you'll be able to achieve 100% spell absorption, essentially making you immune to magical attacks. Now, this is a lengthy and complex procedure, so I'll explain more about that later as the walkthrough progresses. 3. Isn't using the Necromage perk as a vampire an exploit? In my humble opinion, no, it isn't. All the numbers add up and it makes sense to me. You're welcome to disagree, but then hey, you'll be missing out on all the fun. I should add that the unofficial Skyrim patch mod, which is what it is, it's a mod, fixes the Necromage perk so that it no longer gives bonuses to vampires. So if you have the unofficial patch installed, you won't be able to follow this walkthrough unless you install a mod that fixes the fix. Yes, they are out there. There are so many of you out there that thought that nerfing the Necromage perk so that it didn't help vampires was wrong, and some mods have been created that reverse the no Necromage for you fix in the unofficial patch, allowing you to have your cake and eat it too. That is, have the unofficial Skyrim patch installed and still play as a Necromage vampire. Now, I don't know which Necromage Vampire Fix mod works the best since I've never actually installed the unofficial patch. So some of you out there who have a good Necromage Fix mod installed, please post a link to help others. I'm confused, Slack. Do I have to have a mod installed to follow your walkthrough? No. If you don't have the unofficial patch installed, you're good to go. If you do have the unofficial patch installed, pay attention to what I just said. Alright? 4. Are you going to become a vampire lord? Yes, we are going to become a vampire lord, but I'm going to do that as a completely separate walkthrough. First, we're going to build a Necromage vampire. Then, as a separate walkthrough, we'll run through the Dawnguard DLC, and this time we'll join the vampires and become a vampire lord, which opens up even more powers and abilities, which is why I want to do that as a separate walkthrough. Alright? 5. How do you become a vampire? There are essentially 4 ways you can become a vampire in Skyrim. 1. You can play through the Dawnguard DLC as I just mentioned, and when it comes time to choose between siding with the vampires or siding with Dawnguard, choose the vampires, and Lord Harkin, I believe his name is, will turn you into a vampire lord. Or 2, if you decide instead to side with the Dawnguard faction, you can still become a vampire. Later on, you'll have to enter an area called the Soul Cairn, which requires that you become undead. Serana, your follower, will then give you the option to become a vampire. Now, both of these options require way too much questing through the Dawnguard DLC. That's not for us. We simply want to become a vampire right away without having to do all that questing. A third option involves going to a location west of Riften called Redwater Den. This is an underground skooma den which leads to another area called Redwater Spring. At the end of Redwater Spring is a special pool called the Blood Spring. Drink from the Blood Spring and you'll get the disease Sanguinaire Vampiris, which eventually progresses into Vampirism. Now, you can actually access this area at level 1, but on Legendary difficulty, this is basically suicide, because you'll have to fight your way through a platoon of high-level vampires and deathhounds, and eventually you have to square off with a master vampire and kill him in order to get the key to unlock the door leading to the Blood Spring. So that's out of the question as well. That leaves us one remaining method of becoming a vampire, and that is simply to get in combat with a vampire, any vampire. They're all over Skyrim, and let them infect us. All enemy vampires have a 10% chance of infecting you with the disease Sanguinaire Vampiris. Now, this is a precarious option, especially on Legendary difficulty, because there's always the big risk that the vampire will simply kill you before you get infected with the disease. But it's also the quickest way to become a vampire, so this is the option we'll be going for. Now, don't worry, the Slack has got you covered. We're going to approach this strategically. I'm going to show you where to find the lowest level enemy vampire who is highly likely to be all alone. This will create the optimal conditions of allowing us to survive extended combat with this vampire, creating the best chance of getting the disease before getting killed. Alright? Now, there is a lot more to playing as a vampire than what I just told you, but it would take way too long to explain every detail right now. Like I said, trying to keep this intro short, I'm just saying this because there are always some out there who think because I didn't explain a certain detail that I don't know about it. I will explain everything later as the walkthrough progresses, all in due time. For those who are new to the Major Slack experience, this is a real walkthrough, meaning I study and practice extensively before uploading videos.
Warning, your intro is way too long. Please cut it short immediately or risk losing viewers.
And my your intro is too long timer just went off. Enough with the yada yada. Let's get busy. Necromage Vampire walkthrough starts now.
Major Slack Attack.
Alright, let's get this party started. Here we go. Right from the beginning. I'm not sure what this refers to. I don't really have it. Oh yeah, they do have a mod installed. I have the Quality Map World mod installed. That's the only one I have installed. Doesn't have any impact on strategy or gameplay.
Ulfric Stormcloak, Jarl of Windhelm.
It has been an honor, Jarl Ulfric.
Ralof of Riverwood. Lokir of Rorikstead. No, I'm not a rebel! You can't do this!
Halt!
You're not gonna kill me!
Archers! Anyone else feel like running?
Wait. You there. Step forward. Who are you?
Every time I see that scene, I'm like, okay, come on, you can make it, please, come on. You know, I'm always rooting for him to make it. I think a great mod would be somebody who invented a mod that allowed you to run in the beginning. You know, when she says, anybody else feel like running? And it's like, you know, they set you free. Your hands are still bound, but you have a chance, like, you know. I know there's alternate start mods, but yeah, I think that would be a great... Anyways, let's get busy. Best race to start out as for your vampires. Definitely high elf for the extra 50 magicka and the bonus in illusion. Now I got it all worked out what kind of vampire I want to make. Let's use this preset. Get him nice and buffed. War paint. That one. War paint color. Blood red. That one. Next. Nose type. I don't know why okay, whatever. Give him a nice Robert Plant look. Next, chin width, max. Lip color. There we go. Make him look like he's been feeding. Next. That's the right hair. Facial hair. That's the one. And give him a nice after 5 shadow there. And finally, hair color. There, that's our vampire. We're done. What are you going to call him, Slack? We're going to call him Slackula, of course. Or how about Count Slackula? Here we go.
You are not with the Thalmor embassy, are you, High Elf? No, that can't be right. Captain, what should we do? He's not on the list.
Forget the list. He goes to the block.
By your orders, Captain. I'm sorry. We'll make sure you have a means to return to the Somerset Isle. Follow the captain, prisoner.
Ulfric Stormcloak. Some here in Helgen call you a hero, but a hero doesn't use a power like a voice to murder his king and usurp his throne. You started this war, plunged Skyrim into chaos, and now the Empire is going to put you down and restore the peace.
What was that?
It's nothing. Carry on.
Yes, General Tullius. Give them their last rites.
As we commend your souls to Aetherius, blessings of the 8 divines upon
For the love of Talos, shut up and let's get this over with.
Next, the High Elf.
Here it is again. Did you hear that?
I said, next prisoner.
To the block, prisoner. Nice and easy.
What in oblivion is that?
Sentries. What do you see?
It's in the clouds!
Dragon!
All right, it's game on.
What is that thing? Doesn't need to move.
Hammond, you need to get over here! Now! Stay close to the wall!
And we are going with Rayloff to get the most valuable loot as we work our way through Helgen Keep. Let's do this.
We'll meet again in Sovngarde, brother. Looks like we're the only ones who made it.
That
That
thing
thing was a dragon.
was a dragon.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Just
Just
like
untie me.
We better get moving.
Good idea.
Come here. Let me see if I can get those bindings off.
Okay, hold still.
There you go. You may as well
Can I have
take
that guy's
on your
gear?
skier.
Okay, thanks.
He won't be needing it anymore.
Got it. All right, now let's get rid of this crappy foot wraps and rough spun tunic. Put that on. Hotkey the war axe. That's number 4. Go to the magic section. Hotkey everything. Put that up. Flames is 2. Fury is 6. Healing is 1. And we're good.
Get that armor off.
Let me just show you something right now. This is very important. The High Elf is the only one that starts out with the Fury spell by default. Creatures and people up to level 6, okay? Take note of that. Level 6 will attack anything nearby for 30 seconds, okay? And I'll show you something later on about that. Next.
Give that axe a few swings.
Good idea.
I'm going to see if I can find some way out of here.
We're going to do a Helgen Keep power start.
Let's see about that gate.
Basically, we're going to get 2 perk points before we even leave Helgen Keep by spamming the, well, whatever one-handed weapon we have
From our side.
on all the enemies.
Come
This will quickly level up one-handed. We'll probably get easily 10 levels of one-handed doing this. Best thing to do now is to hide and let Raylop take all the heat. Wait till the fight starts. Okay, they're both on him. Let's go at it. And just spam.
That's all you got?
There we go. Might be able to level up one-handed 5 times on this first fight alone. That guy died really quickly. That's not normal.
That it? That your best? Do your worst. Call yourself a warrior? Enough.
Maybe one of these should
He's dead, Slack.
find the key.
Okay.
Find the key. See if it unlocks that door.
Where'd the other guy go? Here we go. Grab that stuff. Let's get rid of the Stormcloak crap. Even though I like the Stormcloaks. And put on the Imperial heavy armor, including the officer's helmet. Dump the war axe. The iron or the Imperial sword is our new weapon of choice. Up and running. That's it. We got the key. Let's get out of here.
That's it. Come on. Let's get out here. before
Tomatoes,
the
great.
dragon brings the whole tower down on our heads.
Come on, Rayloff. I need you for cannon fodder.
Damn, that dragon doesn't give up easy.
Grab everything important and let's move.
What are you doing, Slack?
Dragon's burning everything to the ground.
Okay, get in there and, you know,
Just need to
distract
gather
them.
small potions.
Imperial
Play here.
dogs. The prisoners are escaping.
Okay, they're fighting. There you go.
Send over my regard.
Dude. Okay, and this is bound to come up, so let's just do this right now. Get it out of the way. Are we playing on Legendary difficulty? Yes, we are indeed playing on Legendary difficulty. In the storeroom, we can collect some ingredients. Oh boy, we're back to making potions. Feels so great. Feel better, Slack? Yes, yes I do. Grab this stuff here. And booze is actually going to be very important in this walkthrough. Once we become a vampire and our stamina is no longer regenerating during the day when we're exposed to the sun, alcohol is going to be a good source of stamina. Forget these 4 rock warbler eggs here.
Done?
And that's it. I'm
Let's
done.
get moving.
Okay. Here, like to wait until the torturer over there is engaged. He looks like he's engaged, so let's go for it.
Hear that?
There we go. Uh-oh. This is not ideal. Get. Fortunately, he's only got a dagger. Don't kill me. Don't kill me. You look like you're about to kill me. Yeah, whatever. Get. Bugger. That's what you get.
Jarl Ulfric with you?
No, I haven't seen him since the dragon.
Okay, in here, make sure you grab the iron shield. I never do this, but this is going to be actually important. There's also a lockpick here, and this iron dagger here.
See if you can get it open with some picks. We might need that gold once we get out. Grab
And
anything
it gives you
useful
12
and let's
picks.
go.
Some more picks in here. Grab this dagger. And let's pick all the locks on these cages to level up lockpicking. Especially this one. Grab that, grab that. A little bit chump change here. Probably won't use that, but yeah, okay. Nothing in here, but we're just opening it up to level up lockpicking. This will help with our character level progress. And also with the power start of getting 2 perk points before we leave Helgen Keep. You always level up lockpicking on the 4th lock. Come on, let's go here. Let's go. Come on. Here we go, and one final one over here. Done and done. Give me your chump chain bones and your bone meal. Bone meal here. Here. And we leveled up. Points into health, first of all. What we want to do is compensate for the 60 points of health we're going to lose once we become a stage 4 vampire. It's going to be insane. So yeah, we want to compensate for that. Even though that'll only happen during the day. It helps though. Okay, so points into health until like the first 6 points into health. And then we'll start putting points into magicka. Okay, same deal here. Let these guys take points, start the fight, and then we'll come up afterwards and start wailing away. And it's on. Sorry. What are you going after me for? What about those blue guys? We're routed. Fall back. Whee! My favorite room. This is like a total party. Staggered, eh? Bitch. Wait, well, let me finish him. Come on. Where is he? Come on. Get them. Yeah. Okay, loot all these guys.
See if the way is clear.
Once we get overloaded, we're going to start dropping. We're overloaded. Start dropping the Imperial swords first. Drop all but one. Next, start dropping the boots. And then Imperial armor. Imperial boots. And there should be one more guy down here. Here we go. Same deal. Swords first, then Imperial boots. Dumped all those. Once you've keep at least one boots and dump Imperial armor next. Okay, so that's the best value to weight ratio. So you're bringing along the most valuable gear you can muster up. And you know you've got everybody when you've got 8 light Imperial light boots and 8 light Imperial bracers. We got everybody. And this is, we don't need that. Iron mace, you can drop that too. That's good.
Let's see where this goes.
Let me pull the switch. And I want to hotkey the shield. Down you go. Come on, Rayloff. Don't be shy. Come on, who's a good Rayloff? Atta boy. So he goes back. I'm just doing this because the missile spotters always say, you know what, you missed this potion here. And the jump change on this guy. There we go, got it. I'm not a completionist. Not by a long shot. So yeah, I will miss stuff. Usually it's because I just, you know, any Skyrim worth his salt is filthy rich by the time you reach level 25, so it becomes redundant trying to, you know, get every last penny. How about this way?
Guess we'd better try this way.
Good idea. Okay, the spider cave after you, Rayloff. He's like, no, you go first. How come I always go first? Come on, it's your job. Let's go. Attaboy. Watch out for the creepy crawlies. What creepy crawlies? They're right behind you. Watch out. Look, come back. Watch out. There we go. Okay, and the two big boys drop in. Get behind them. There we go. Excellent.
Don't stand there. Too many eyes. No.
And in here there are 7 spider eggs to be had. 4 on this side and 3 on the other side. 1, 2, 3. We can use those to make some power potions later on. Power potions are potions that you make specifically to level up alchemy and to sell for money. Okay, so that's very important that you grab those 7 spider eggs. Of course, if you're a hardcore slacker, you already know that.
Hold up! There's a bear just ahead. See her?
Yep.
I'd rather not tangle with her right now. Let's try to sneak by. Just take it nice and slow. And watch where you step. Or if you're feeling lucky, you can take this bow. Might take her by surprise. Go ahead. I'll follow your lead and watch your back.
Make sure you grab that blackbriar meat there. We can trade that to the Jarl of Falkreath for some, hopefully some stamina potions if we're lucky. Okay, let's go at the bear. He's a special bear, a weak bear. Let me get all those hits in. Uh-oh. Yeah, baby. I leveled up. He's coming after me. He's coming after me. And make sure you take his bear claws and the pelt, and that's that. And we leveled up. Mission accomplished. 2 perk points by the time we left, or by the time we finished Helgen Keep. Usually I do a lot better. Yeah, usually you get up to about halfway. That's okay. Your mileage may vary according to, you know, how many hits you got in. Pardon me. Now, where are we going to spend these 2 perk points? We want the most survivability when we go take on the vampire. So, 1 point in novice restoration to cut these magica cost of our healing spells in half, and another point in regeneration to give us 50% more healing power. Okay, very important that you do that.
That looks like the way out. I knew we'd make it. Wait! There he goes. Looks like he's gone for good this time. No way to know if anyone else made it out alive. But this place is going to be swarming with Imperials soon enough. We better clear out of here. My sister, Gerda, runs the mill in Riverwood, just up the road. I'm sure she'd help you out.
It's probably best if we split up. Good luck. I wouldn't have made it without your help today.
I'm leveling up sneak. Okay. And that is it for this video. Coming up next video, we're going to get infected with sanguinary vampires, and we're going to start our life as a vampire. I want to thank you all very much for watching, and if you thought this video was remotely entertaining and or informative, hey, don't forget to give the old Slackster a big old thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel to make sure you get all my videos hot off the press. All right, see you next video. Hey guys, real walkthroughs like these are an endangered species here on YouTube. For a complete lowdown on the YouTube video game walkthrough scene, check out my Patreon page, and please consider making a donation to yours truly, Major Slack, to help keep real walkthroughs alive on YouTube. You can donate as little as $1. That's $1, that's all. That's all it takes. Alright? Thanks a lot. Really appreciate it.